Hi, this is Melanie from Hook to the Left, and today we're going to take a look at this ergonomic crochet set sold by the Looen store on Amazon. So let's go ahead and get started. Hello everybody, thanks so much for joining me here again today. If you like this kind of stuff like crochet, reviews, yarn, all those kind of things, then go ahead, go down below, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell so that you're reminded each time I come out with a brand new video or when I go live. So let's go ahead and take a look at this crochet set. So you can see here's the size of it. So it's about the size of your hand, and then the thickness, it's probably, I guess it's about an inch thick maybe, right? So and as you can see, it has two compartments. Now you can get this particular set in different patterns. I chose this particular pattern, but you can get this set in all different patterns. So, and it is a link down below if you're interested in buying a set of your own. Now let's take a look inside this set. Now when I open this, it is a nice easy opening. This zipper is, well, I say until it gets on the curve, right? It got stuck just a smidge until I pressed down. But it is a pretty smooth zipping process. There's no catches in that respect, just a little bit on the curve. So this first section, so I open this up and you've got 9 ergonomic crochet hooks. These are aluminum hooks with a kind of rubbery ergonomic, that's not squishy, but it's like a hard kind of with a softer texture, smoother texture. Hi little one, that's little one interested in what I'm doing, with a smoother texture in the hooks. So the largest one is 6 millimeter, and it's a pretty light hook, so you don't have to worry about it getting too heavy. It does have, it's a little flat right here, so it's a nice thumb deck if you do the knife grip, or if you do the pencil grip, it's a nice little deck to put your finger, rest your finger on right there. Okay, so and the hook, it does not have any flaws that I can feel. It has a nice prominent stamping of the hook right there, the hook size right there, along with the American letter size. Okay, so the largest hook in this side, on this side, is the 6 millimeter, and then the smallest hook is the 2 millimeter. And each of these are color coded, and these are pretty nice hooks. I think they're pretty decent hooks. In here, it comes with a couple of extra things. Now this is, I always find this interesting, so I'm going to show you the things that it comes with. So in this side, it came with a nice retractable measuring tape. It's got the button in the center, some large plastic needles to thread in your ends. I would go with a flexible needle as soon as you can. They're not that expensive. I'll link that down below too. But these are good in a pinch. I have a few of these. I have used them in the past when I couldn't find my other needle. So here's a couple of things. These are actually more knitting tools as opposed to crochet tools, and I find this often whenever I get sets for crochet from non-crochet companies, but these are more knitting tools than they are crochet tools, so it's nice that they included them. Likely if you're strictly a crocheter, you may not use these. So I always find that amusing, but that did come with the set. Alright, so that is that side of this this hook set. So let's go ahead and take a look at the other side, because you saw here there's 2 zippered areas. So let's take a look at this side. Again, nice smooth zipper. I think that's really nice. And I will tell you, this right here, it feels like it would be, this material feels like it would be waterproof. Now, I don't know that going through the zippers would make it waterproof, but it does feel like this part here is waterproof. Alright, so On this side, you get your smaller hooks, and it does have a full set of smaller hooks. So on this end, they have a 1.75 millimeter. Now this is definitely a hard plastic. This is not as smooth as the plastic that was on the other side. These are not steel hooks. These are still aluminum hooks. So 1.75 millimeter on that end, and then on this end you get a 0.6 millimeter. Okay, so this is for those of you that like to work with the crochet thread, right? So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those, and then I'm going to bring the stuff out of here in a minute. You get a nice, it's a gauge tool plus a ruler, which is very nice. And then finally you get a set of, I'm just going to set that right there. You get a set of snippers for cutting off the yarn. And I like it has a little cap with it, so you just put it back, the cap back on it, closes them up, and you put it back in its spot in the case. Now inside this case are inside this case, you get inside this little pocket right here, you get quite a few things. First, again, this is more knitting centric than it is for crochet, but I suppose you could use this on a Tunisian crochet hook, on the end of a Tunisian crochet hook if it had a point. Not all of them have points though. So, but these are usually to put on the ends of the knitting needles, the points of the knitting needles. So it's still nice to have them. You know, maybe you do knit, so it's nice to have them, but it's not something that should necessarily be in a crochet hook set. But that's okay. At least they didn't take away the things and they just added in some extra stuff that we may not need. All right, and this here is a row counter. So you slide it onto your hook or your needle if you happen to be knitting, and then you spin this dial each time you go through a row. I would not necessarily use it as a stitch counter because it's only got 2 digits, so it all depends on how many. If it's a smaller project, then you could use it as a stitch counter, but I think of it more as a row counter. But it's definitely not going to fit on those ergonomic hooks, I'm going to tell you, because that is too small for it to go on an ergonomic hook. It may go at the top end of it, but then it would get in the way of your work. So I personally have never used one of these. I found them more cumbersome than useful. But that is just me. I also don't do a lot of intricate work, so somebody else may find these very useful. Now, it also gives you some stitch markers. These are actually my favorite stitch markers. Just these simple plastic little stitch markers. My favorite kind. And it gives you, it looks like 9 or 10 of those. So it's a pretty decent amount. I would personally get a little bit more just for longer projects, like a blanket, because I tend to put one of these every 10 or 20 stitches, so as I'm counting, so I don't have to remember where I'm at. So anyway, but these are some great stitch markers, a set of my favorite. Now then they also have these kind of stitch markers here, and these are great too. I usually don't use them, but I like that they give you a little bit of variety in here, and I think these are more commonly used in knitting. I'm not certain. I have used some of these like these metal ones here, look like a light bulb. I have used some of those, and I found that I liked these better. But these are commonly used on if you make stitch markers, the little fancier ones. I've seen these on those. And then you have these little slip things here, which is very, very useful, especially if you're keeping up, you're creating a project, you're creating a pattern, and you need to keep up with where the rows are at or something like that. You just slip that into the row, And it's not something that needs to keep coming in and out like this one, or holding your work in place like this one can be done. So there are some very good uses for these, but I like that they gave you variety there. I think that's pretty darn cool. So that is everything that's inside this kit. I'm going to tell you, this kit runs, it depends on what the pattern is that you get, but it runs, this pink lily is currently $16.79 on Amazon, and I see some in here like a plain denim blue is only $15.95, but then if you want the elephant or the green lily, it's $20.99. So it's got a range between the $15.95 and $21.99. On the $15, $16 and it's really kind of worth it for the $21, but you know me, I'm gonna go for the deal. So I think the $15 and these are really, really worth it. You get so much stuff in here, and I was feeling those hooks. Those hooks are decent. They are not they're not clovers. Clovers are a little bit, they're smoother, just they're built a little bit better. You can feel the difference. However, they are very nice ergonomic hooks. Let me just unzip here again. These are nice ergonomic hooks, especially for somebody who is just starting in the crochet. If they don't know that they want to invest in the more expensive hooks that cost like $7 to $8 a piece, get this kit and see if you enjoy ergonomic hooks, and then continue crocheting. And then once you really get in your groove and you find that, hey, I love this, switch these out for those clover hooks, which is what I'm gonna do because I love this case. I think this case is amazing. I do use clover hooks, so I probably will never use these hooks. But they are decent hooks. Don't get me wrong. I will use them in a pinch if I gotta. But all in all, I would give this particular set, for the price, for what you get in here, I would give this a 5 stars out of 5. I think this is a great kit. It's a nice size. I like the size of it, how compact it is. I like the feel that this wouldn't get ruined in water. And all in all, I just think this is a great little set to have, and I think it's a great one to gift your favorite crocheter if they are just beginning and they don't have a lot of hooks to start with. If they only have a couple hooks and they want to see the different ranges and the sizes, this is a wonderful gift for them. If this is something that you are interested in purchasing, then just go down below, and in the description box there is a link to this for you to go straight to this product on Amazon. However, you don't just have to buy it. There's a chance that you can win this. Yes, I have this same exact hook set that I'm giving away. It's going to be the same case. Everything that I just showed you that's inside this hook set is in this set right here. I haven't even opened it. See, it's still sealed shut. I haven't opened it, and I won't open it. But that is available to one of you. So how can you enter? Well, you can go down below and let me know, who are you trying to win this for? Are you trying to win it for yourself, or do you want to win it for a friend? So you have 1 week to enter, and I will put the date down below so you know that that's the last day that you can enter. Please note that this is available only to people within the United States. I'm sorry, it's just become cost prohibitive to send it overseas. So this is available to my US subscribers only, but I can't wait for me to get this to you. I think this is pretty amazing kit. So just go ahead, go down below. Let me know who you're trying to win this for, right? I'm so excited. So go ahead and do that. Right. Good luck, everybody. If this is the kind of stuff that you like, such as review on crochet items, or yarn hauls, or I even have a few tutorials, just anything crochet and yarn. If this is the kind of thing that really wets your whistle, then go ahead and go down below and hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, plus hit the bell so that you're reminded each time I come out with a brand new video. Hi, kitty cat. That's another kitty cat coming to visit. And while you're down there, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this. If this is something that you would get, if this is something that you put on your wish list, if you already have it, what do you think? Let me know. I am dying to hear from you. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me here today. You guys have an amazing day. Bye-bye.